658 of the Niche Experience. I am Sean Michael Lewis, and today we're talking about or continuing our series, part three of spending 30 minutes a day to create a target list. And this happens to be for Listed Pro, a new company that we've launched at tier level threads and stuff. So we're going to continue kind of working off the area we were in yesterday. We kind of ended on let me go ahead and pull it up real quick right here on a bookkeeping service here in Coweta, which is just kind of piggybacking off the area we were in. So I'm going to kind of go over here and keep working down this way. So you can see we're right here. I'm going to see where we're at on everything. We've got some of the restaurants and things there. So we're going to keep going down this area. So I'm going to go ahead and just start picking some businesses, kind of pick up where we left off yesterday. We've got Medwise, we've got some other ones there, so I'm just kind of backtracking to make sure I didn't miss anything in between. So let me go over here, Jameson Cutting Company. So we've got a couple more businesses in the bookkeeping with the last one we did. So we're going to go ahead and keep moving down this road. And here's another one, a dentistry office that we're going to go ahead and put in there first for today. Again, this is the third day of doing this, and you can see we've already had over 46 contacts on there, and it's continuing to grow, so we should be able to break 100 by the end of the week as well. So a little bit of delay just because of upload times and things like that, but it is getting out consistently to make sure this is happening daily. But I'm very excited because I think this is a habit that's starting very small that will be able to grow into a consistency type format, at least for my team. As a CEO, founder of this company, I want to make sure that we're leading by example. And that's why I'm documenting this. That's why I'm doing this, because I want people to see that this is not that difficult, that this is a first step to getting somewhere where you're going to have great success. So I'm here at the dentist right now. I want to look at the staff. Dr. Matthew Wall, and I'm trying to see if he has any additional information here. I'm going to look at the staff, see if there's like an office manager or somebody to connect with there. And there's a hygienist. Let me see what the email button looks like. No direct email, so I'm going to go ahead and wait. That'll be a good one to visit as well. And we're just going to keep moving down here. So looking at the church, I am going to start putting churches on here because I feel like, a lot of people don't realize, even in the nonprofit ministry world, how to utilize churches on here, of making sure they're easily found on Google, how to work Google, because it's such a different process. People move to the area, things like that. They could be looking to find a church, especially if it's like a Baptist church or a certain denomination they're looking for as well. So, I think there's definitely an opportunity there to make sure that churches and nonprofits are on there. If anything, just helping them out with some direction and guidance to see if it is something they need. But a lot of churches, sometimes they struggle with funding. Some of them do extremely well. It just all depends on the church, and you have to ask questions to see where those opportunities are as well. So, all right, so we're going to keep going down this area. Here's another vet clinic. There's been a lot of vet clinics, so this one's called Oak Grove. I'm going to go ahead and cut and paste and put that in the target list as well. So, like I said, we're working very geographically. We're not moving all over the place. There is another strategy where, I would like to go out and put some big names in the area, which I've talked about. But for the point of this exercise, I just want to show how we're setting up a very time management driven type system, which will have huge benefits when we get out in the field and start connecting with these targets. So, other than that, I'm hoping you guys are being inspired by this. I did a private session today on habit building, and I think this is definitely a good habit style process to go through. So, I think this is definitely something, as we continue to do these types of habits, 30 minutes a day, it starts to show a lot of promise. And when you can do this habit, you're talking about putting thousands of contacts into a database a year. And if you're actively going out and getting to know these businesses in the community, networking with them, going to different strategic and marketing type meetings, you should be able to build huge rapport. And we'll be able to do some cross marketing with this list because we also have a big screen printing business as well. that will overlap, because if we're looking to do digital marketing services, we can also offer to do apparel and things like that as well. So I'm going to keep going down here. Here's another church, Coweta Baptist Church. It's a little smaller. I'm not going to focus on some of these. I know some of them are bigger down this way. So, but here we go. We're going to go ahead and hit some more here. Here's one called Senior Salsa. It's a Mexican restaurant. And we'll go ahead and put that on there because restaurants are always a good fit for making sure their listing directories are good. This one has 557 reviews, so they must be pretty good. I haven't been there yet to that one. So, again, the process of doing this, it's also allowing me to check out new businesses I haven't been engaged with before. So very excited about that. So many of you might have questions during this process. If you do have any questions, feel free to email me at Sean, S-E-A-N, at tierlevel, TIERLEVEL.com at any time. I'd be more than happy to engage and answer any question that you might have. So we're up to 52 right now, and we're going to keep going. So here's another one. It's called Coweta Quick Change. It's an oil change place. I drive by a lot of these businesses when we go to our new office. Our new office is out this way, so it is going to be really cool to get to know as many businesses in this area as possible. So, and then one thing that's cool about Coweta is they have a big fall festival coming up this year. Last year was a little tricky because of COVID, but there's going to be some really good opportunities to get some brand presence and involved in the community with the chamber and things like that. And our building is right on Main Street where the fall festival is being held, so very excited about that. So we're going to keep going down here. We have a State Farm agent. So, we do actually work with a few insurance agents. So this one we don't. So this is definitely an opportunity I would like to connect with as well. And we're basically like we've been doing all week. We're just cutting and pasting addresses, city information. So when this gets uploaded to our CRM, it'll be a very easy process to just transfer it from the spreadsheet format. So that's why I kind of put the city, state. I kind of make it a little more tedious, but the more specific you are with columns and rows and things like that, the better you can get organized when you have to manipulate and move that information. So we're going to keep going here. We have the Coweta Transmission Shop. Looks like a cool place. A lot of car vehicle shop in this general area. So a lot of them have really good reputations. So again, transmissions are always a common thing that people need to work on, especially if they have older cars. So this is definitely, these are all good targets. And again, when we start reaching out to these businesses, it's not going to be about hounding them to do business with us. It's going to be about providing them one sheets and digital links and podcast links and ways that we can just offer value to them. And hopefully after offering enough value, if they do need services or do need help, they're going to feel comfortable enough to reach out and connect. So here's a new one called the Coweta Drive-In. I think it was an old Sonic, but again, new restaurant. Not many people know about it, and that's one thing. There's a lot of good restaurants out in this area that people simply just don't know about. And I think, getting reviews, especially in the restaurant industry, review management, incentive for people to leave reviews is a very good thing. So I was talking to another employee of a company today, a plumbing company, and he gets $20 referral every time somebody leaves a review with his name. So, I think these are some really good strategies because those reviews go a long way when it comes to growing your business. So we're going to keep going down here. There's some more restaurants. Here's one called Los Tequilas, and it's another Mexican restaurant. There's a couple Mexican restaurants out here, so they all seem to have really good reviews. So, I think they definitely have a benefit to being listed properly, showcasing dishes, meals, and things like that in the visual element of Google My Business. Again, a lot of these businesses do not have websites. And, I think that's one thing our web development team, our graphic development team is really wanting to get more into doing more websites and things. So I think, it's kind of building the process where we have other opportunities and things that we can accomplish for them, because we can do everything from video, digital marketing, SEO, web development, t-shirts, marketing materials, you name it, we can do it. So we're getting over here right now, and this is another shopping center. So I'm going to kind of start digging in here a little bit, some more dispensaries and things like that. So let me look and pick and see if there's a couple cool businesses in here. Some of these I know might not be here anymore, but let me just look in here real quick. The Coweta Party Company. I actually know the owner of that business, so this is like a really cool business. I'm gonna put them on there because I actually talked to them one time and said I'd be more than happy to come out and show them some things, how to optimize Google and get their presence on there. And again, remember, education is key. If you can educate and provide value, you can really do a lot for businesses in your local market to build rapport. And again, it's not going to necessarily be everything's going to happen overnight. This is a long-term game you're playing, especially if you take pride in your business and you want to grow it over time. It's definitely something you're not going to just accomplish overnight. So we're up to 57 so far on day 3, and we're going to keep moving in here a little bit. Here's another dispensary called Purple Moon. It looks like I saw this building, and I didn't know if they were, I don't know if they're in there yet. But that's interesting that they have a listed there. So I'm going to leave that blank just until I can verify that it's there. Here's a really good one, Roy's Chicken. This is one of our favorite places to eat out in Coweta. And I'm going to definitely put them on there because they order t-shirts. They definitely could not hurt from having aggressive digital marketing processes as well. There's a lot of people that travel all the way out there to eat there because the food is phenomenal. So we're going to go ahead and put that in here as well. And you can see it seems like by day 3 this is moving a lot faster just because of the daily routine of doing this. It really is starting to make a difference. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. So we're up to 59 now. It's definitely moving. So all right, so we're looking at some more areas in here. Here's an after hours marine boat dealer. So that's kind of cool. Not a lot of boating places. I guess a lot of lakes in Oklahoma. So, you know, people need boats worked on and things like that. There's not many options that I've seen. So I'm sure they get business from all over the area. And I mean, we're again, just hitting these pockets. There's going to be so many more businesses throughout the state because this is a statewide business, it's a national business. But I think it's so awesome to be building this one by one just in the local area where I know we can dominate right out of the gate. So we're only about 12 minutes into this, and we've already added a good handful, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, about 13, 14 contacts already. So we're getting ready to put in number 60, and I'm kind of hitting our way down Main Street. Oh, here's another one I was looking for, Venture Learning Academy. So these are things right here when you look at this that you see all the lowercase right there. And I know this, I think this is a new building right here. It might be. Let me see, because I've seen it from the gas station. That does not look like the picture of a learning center. So I'm going to actually leave that blank so I can get the right information first. But it's just good to know because I think it's a 2-story, very nice building, but it does not look like that, which is a picture of a trailer and a car out front. And that's not typically a place that people are going to want to leave their kids. So I think this is a very good target to put on there because they are literally losing business by that image unless they get that cleaned up. And it's a very easy fix on Google My Business for them to do that. So we're going to go ahead and put this information in here. And you can see I'm cutting and pasting the city, state, zip all at once, and then I'm taking it out and putting in an individual column. The reason for that is so, like I said earlier, it's going to be a lot easier to move into a CRM from there. So, okay. So we are up to number 61, and we're going to move down here now to Main Street. This is where our new business is located. I'm going to go ahead down here. And it's really cool because this is exactly where we're located next to this really cool restaurant called 1843. So I'm going to kind of hit all these for today as well. So there's Wagner Transmission, again, another transmission shop. Some of these businesses have been around for a long time, so very well respected in the local market. But again, this is even hitting all of Coweta, and we've hit parts of Broken Arrow, Coweta, just a really good starting point to building this visual. One thing we're also doing is opening Check One Studio, the podcast studio, which is the equipment we record all this on. We have an incredible sound booth. The building is under construction right now, and it should be done in the next couple weeks. So very excited about moving and launching our corporate office there as well. And we're going to go ahead and keep moving down here. So here's one called Freedom Insurance Group. So I've seen that building. It's like an independent insurance agency. And again, insurance agencies do very well when they optimize on Google, and it really helps get more phone calls, more leads, more calls coming in the door, which is what they always want for that type of business. Because you have to have insurance. We all know that, right? Not something we necessarily want, but it is a necessity in life to protect yourself and the people that you love. All right, so we're already up to 64. We're moving really fast tonight, which is awesome. So I'm going to keep going down here. You got the fire department, police department. Let's keep going here. All right. And I'm just kind of looking at some of these places. Some of these places have closed down, so I think it's important to look at that. This one right here is Realtor Chad Spurgeon. He's actually my realtor, and that's actually a Chenworth and Cohen. But it looks like he got his name on the building there. That's pretty interesting. Goodfellas Pizza. It's a long-term pizza place that's been on Main Street. Good food. I'm going to go and put them on there because a lot of people don't even know these businesses are out there that only live 10, 15 minutes away. So, again, these can definitely be some good opportunities for them to get more business and grow their business, especially if they're interested. Now, if they're not, some businesses might not want to grow. I don't know why, but I think when you have something of value that can help them grow, it doesn't really cost them money. It's supposed to make them money. It's supposed to show ROI. And that's a big part of this, is you have to look at each one of these contacts that you're putting on your target list and ask yourself, how do I provide value to these people? How do I create something that they need, that is not necessarily something that's going to be a burden to them, that they're going to be offended by it. Now, this place is called the Blended Barbershop Company. This is a really cool business, very trendy type barbershop. Feels like very old school. I haven't been in it yet. I do want to go meet the owner of it. Again, these are going to be awesome contacts for different podcast interviews and things like that. And that's one thing, that's really cool is we're creating a podcast for our screen printing business called Beyond the Thread, and we're going to actually bring some businesses from the targets that we're trying to work with, but just bring them in and do interviews with them, whether they do business with us or not, but to help promote them in the local community. I think it's going to be a really cool strategy to build a relationship, and they'll naturally know what we do. So, all right, so we're going through here. This is called City Drug of Coweta. It's a cool little shop. It's like an old pharmacy-style gift store. Again, there's so many hidden treasures on this main street in Coweta. A lot of people don't even know that they exist. So I have some really cool marketing ideas for this area since we're moving down there, that we're going to offer a lot of businesses in this area at no charge, just to kind of help promote Main Street, attract some more businesses into the area as well. I'm definitely going to have the city manager on the Niche Experience very soon, so we can interview and just kind of really get to know him as well. So here's another cool store called the Pink Cactus. So see, this Google, some of this stuff is not pinpointing exactly where they're at. So again, these really need to be cleaned up, because people could be looking for these places and not able to find them and not make the journey to where they're at if the information is not set up correctly. So feeling really good. We're really moving fast on targets today, which is awesome. All right, and like I said, I'm putting addresses, phone numbers, information. A lot of these companies do not have websites listed on Google My Business. This is hurting their business so much, and it makes me kind of sad to see this, because the opportunity is there. They're just not being able to take advantage of it. I'm going to keep going down here. So this is the building we're in right here, 122, and this is what's interesting. This is called Off the Beaten Path. This is what the business that was there before, but this looks like the name of a business that was there before ours. So we're actually in the process of getting that changed once we get everything ready to open. But it is interesting to see that there, and that we need to get that changed for ourselves as well. 1843, good friend of ours, amazing restaurant, probably one of the best restaurants I've been to in a long term. They just hired an incredible general manager, executive chef from some of the high-end golf clubs, putting them on there. They already want to talk about digital marketing and how to improve that, so it's actually something on the target list that needs to be set up to get in place right away, because they're doing a lot of cool things that are not translating on the internet that people do absolutely need to know about. And I don't even know if they have a web. Yeah, they have some website up right now, but I'll take a look at that a little bit later. I do need to meet with the ownership team and talk to them this week as well. So we're just going through here. I'm going to go ahead and hit some more on the other side. Amy's Daylight Donut. awesome. It's a Daylight. I don't know if it's a franchise or it's independently owned. Nice couple. Met them yesterday. The team is going to love that place because they love buying donuts every morning before they come in the office. So that fact that it's walking distance is awesome. All right. We are getting some good targets in here, and we're going to go down the other side of the street because there's more businesses I want to add in here as well. And there's a couple new businesses that are coming in, so I'm very excited to meet them and just kind of strategize for the future where everything's going. So here's another insurance agency, Coweta Insurance Agency, Justin Richards. So let's go ahead and put him on there as well. And I'm really looking forward to getting to know everybody on Broadway because this is, like I said, we're going to be there. So I want to make sure that we get to know as many people as possible and just find ways to help each other out. We're all in it, businesses to grow and provide for our families. And again, this is kind of when I look at all these contacts, I look at them as real people. These are people that are in business just like we are. They want to grow. They want to be successful. They want to be profitable. So what can we do to be a contributor to that process? So you can see it's Coweta Fall Festival. I believe this is the Chamber building. It's just things like that. Like, it says Coweta Fall Festival, but it says the Chamber on there. So I'm actually going to put that on there because I'm going to help the Chamber fix that. They are an awesome organization, great leaders, great board. They've been super welcoming, and so we want to make sure we're doing everything we can to help optimize their presence on Google as well. And I think that's going to be really cool, like coming into this community, because Google is really going to help put Coweta on the map. There's a lot of development going on there. So I think cleaning a lot of these things up and helping the city with that is going to really transition the opportunity for, future growth in the city. So, that's the one thing I love about this Business Listed Pro and tier level digital marketing is that this is what we do. We help businesses grow. We strategize. We help their phones ring. We help them acquire new customers. I mean, that's the whole name of the game. Our services should never cost them money. It should always make them money. So that's one thing when I'm looking at this target list, like, man, these are all the businesses we might get to impact. And not only that, help raise revenue, more tax revenue for the city as well. So, all right, so we are moving right along. Let me grab this Coweta Hardware and Lumber. Awesome, like small style hardware store, not your Lowe's or Home Depot, but just a cool feel. Like we've got so much stuff there because they really do have a good inventory. So anyway, I'm just going to kind of go through here real quick. Here's another farmer's agent. A lot of insurance agents down on Broadway. So they must really be good at serving their community in there. I'm going to go ahead and get their address as well. We're already 22 minutes into this. I feel like we've put more in than we did yesterday and so forth. So getting to 100 is going to be an easy task for this week. So, and this is only a half-hour day. If you've listened to Screen Printing Marketing, I'm actually doing this for an hour a day, which is adding a lot more targets. I think we're up to 90 over there already in just a few days. So, okay. So let's keep looking here a little bit and see what other businesses might be in the area. I know a really good one. Indigo Tie-Dye Company. This is one of the coolest businesses. And I cannot wait to have this girl on the podcast that started this. Very young, very innovative. She created this company that it's like where you go and like a painting experience where you can paint and do birthday parties and things like that. But this is all about doing tie-dye shirts, and it is a really cool store. I was out in San Francisco a few weeks ago, and it really reminds me of something you would see in a major city. I've already heard people are traveling from all over the state of Oklahoma and even other states to go there. So this girl is very young, very innovative. I think it's so cool to be located right next to her. So even with our screen printing business, I just think it's so cool what they're doing in tie-dye, and anything we can do to help them, we want to be a part of that as well. So just going down here, here's another place called the Hair Station. This is like an old gas station mechanic type place, and it looks like they converted it to a hair salon. Looks really cool. I want to go inside anyway and see what it looks like, but I love seeing cool businesses like this that just take old buildings, repurpose them for something more modern or cool, and they really do some neat feels and vibes, and I'm sure the environment is awesome there. So I'm going to go and put them on there as well, because a lot of these businesses, you don't know they're there unless you really look for them when you're out on the street and things like that. So All right, so we are up to number 75. We are moving right along tonight. So then you have the Coweta City Hall. All right, I'm going to zoom out here a little bit. The Alamo, these are all gas stations. And I'm kind of going to move over to this side of the area. It's a high school. And there's some more businesses over here that I'd like to hit. There's some really cool little places over here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Firestar Mortgage. That's another mortgage company in the area. And again, it's like some of these businesses you might be, oh, it's no big deal. But you don't know until you go in and ask questions, learn about what they do, learn about their needs. They want to grow their business. What's their struggles in growing their business? How did COVID-19 affect their business in 2020? So, there's so much you can do to converse. Like we're new to the area, so just going in, introducing ourselves, saying, hey, we're just trying to meet as many businesses as we can. Tell us about what you're doing because, we have a big network as well. And, people are always looking for things as well. So you just never know, like a mortgage company, insurance company, somebody needs some help or something like that. There could be a lot of opportunities to network and connect with them. So this one's called Dreamers Smoothie and Coffee. I'm going to go and put them on there. Again, I never even knew this place was there. So, this is, we love buying coffee. We're not a big fan of Starbucks. So, I think you guys, side note, Starbucks is doing paper straws now. That really sucks. I mean, it tastes like you're drinking out of toilet paper when you do that. But, sorry, random thought there. All right, we got their number in there as well. We're about 27 minutes in. We're already up to 76 contacts and just under an hour and a half. So I'm going to go ahead and put a few more. I always like the mentality when you're at the end of your rope, one more contact. What does that always look like? Because that one more can make all the difference. One more a day can be over 300 new contacts for the year. So, always push yourself. Don't just because you set aside 30 minutes, why not do just that one more? That could go on to be a big relationship for your business as well. All right, so getting that one in. It's another automotive group. And again, I know many of you listening might not be as inspired by this, but again, I'm just trying to show you what it looks like to be due diligent and do this on a daily basis. So, all right, we're going to move down here a little bit. And we have Winnett Insurance. So a lot of insurance companies out here. So I'm going to go and put them in there as well. And most of these businesses, they should be very friendly as long as you don't go in and have a selfish attitude to just talk about your business. They should be willing to talk to you, especially if you walk in humble and actually interested in what they do. So, make sure your approach is well equipped. I talk a lot about the sales cycle, pre-approach, doing whatever little research you can on the internet before you go in there so you can make the best impression to try to cultivate a relationship with them. So, here's another one called the Tractor Yard. It's a tractor dealership. I've seen them run some ads before, and they're out there in Coweta, so a lot of land and property out that way. So definitely can see the benefit of having that well listed on the internet as well. And 429. Like I said, what's really cool about this target list is it'll be able to carry over to other businesses that we do as well that we're trying to cultivate in the local market. The thing is, I'm going street by street, section by section in this area. The more we can build like that, we're really mapping out a vicinity in a solid area for business long term. And, a lot of businesses don't have that amount of information, but the fact that you can go out and visit each and every one of them, but starting small. Like if we just do 1 or 2 zip codes now and we start adding that year over year, it really will start to add up where in 5 years you could have a map of personal contacts and relationships with everybody in your local market. What would that do for your business or any business if you want to sell your business one day and you have all these relationships and a team that has developed and cultivated relationships? It will make a huge difference for what your business is worth and the amount of revenue that you can do. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and hit a few more here real quick. That one, this business I think shut down. So there's a farmer's co-op right here. That place is pretty popular, I believe. They got a lot of good reviews on there too. So we're pretty much at the end of the 30 minutes, but like I said, I want to get one more in there before we sign off for today. Like I said, this is definitely a process I would encourage any of you. If you just listen and spectating, I would highly recommend that you stop listening, which sounds weird, and start doing this for yourself. I mean, you guys are listening all over the country, all over the world. You can do this in your local market. Business owner, sales manager, sales professional, whatever it is, start doing it. Don't delay. Like, the more you wait on this, the more opportunities you're missing that will build up over the long term. You know, next week we're going to go over what you're going to do with this target list. How are you going to start to cultivate more detailed information? How much, you know, I'm going to have to do it micro segments because I'm a CEO of a bigger company. But we're going to start cultivating on that. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this today. Be sure to subscribe. Never miss an episode of The Niche Experience. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys and look forward to talking to you guys soon. Take care.